Hey y'all, Dennis Backyard Barbecue. Today I'm going to show you how to fry a turkey. All right, Thanksgiving's only a few days away, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to inject it, what to inject it with for my taste, how to rub it, and you do that the way you want to do it as well. We're probably going to use a ThermoPro rapid read thermometer through this too, so y'all stay tuned. But right now we got to prep the turkey. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this simple. We've got our marinade. We're gonna use Zatarain's Creole butter marinade. Okay, so when we open it up, we've got this injector that's taped to it. So we want to get the tape off of that, and we want to thread. Now I've got a nice injector, but this is what you guys are going to be buying from the grocery store. So I want to screw that in. I'm going to leave, it's got a protective cover on it. I'm going to leave that on there for right now. I'm going to stick that in there like that. Now, we've got our injection. I'm going to use some McCormick and some black pepper for a rub. We're not going to put a lot on there, but we are going to put some. Okay, so the first thing we need to do at this point, and this is a 15.5 pound turkey. So we will be cooking this at 350 degrees for 55 minutes because I'm going to do it about 3.5 minutes a pound. All right, so let's get this out of that. We'll get that out of the way. Let's get the turkey open. I'm just using just an aluminum pan to set everything in. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this thing, well, we're gonna drain it, that's for sure, because we need to dry it out. We're gonna let this thing marinate for about 24 hours. You can do more, you can do less. I've done one where I've let it marinate for 3 days. If you're gonna fry a turkey, take this little popper out. You don't need that. You don't need the little pop out timer, your turkey is done thing. Okay, now that we've got our turkey out of its wrapper, the goal is to dry out the turkey. I want to show you this part because if you've never fried a turkey before, this is important. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I like these blue towels because they're thicker, but I got to pick up my turkey and I want to drain it into that pan. I want to get as much out as I can. All right, so I'm gonna lay it on paper towels. Now, got to reach in, got to pull out the turkey neck, and in here, there's also a package of giblets. All right, our giblets are in that little ice block, so we're good. So we got everything out of there. Now, I'm gonna lay this turkey back down on my paper towels, and I'm gonna go dump this. We'll be right back. All right, now I'm gonna take some towels. I'm gonna dry this up some. Now we're gonna take our turkey and we're gonna put it back in the pan. So you can see that. Now we're gonna start our injection. Okay, what I wanna do is shake up my injection, and I want to inject it before I put my rub on. Because if I put my rub on first, injection is going to run out a little bit. And then we're going to wash off all our rub. And we don't want to do that because while this rub is going to be on there, and it's probably going to come off, once we put it in the oil. We want to give it time. I like to do 24 hours. All right, so we're gonna inject. You see it shoot back up. That's why we didn't put the rub on yet. And we're gonna do the breast. We want to get a lot in the breast, as much as we can. So we're gonna do both of the breasts. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, you can watch them inflate when you're doing this. Let's put a little bit more up here. Okay, and we're gonna do the legs. We go in this way to do the legs. Now this is a 16-ounce injection kit, and you'll use just about every bit of it. I think the Tony Chachere's version is 17 ounce, and like I said, this is the Creole butter, and I found that this really does a turkey right. All right, so now we're gonna stick some in the wings. The wings are a little bit tricky, so you gotta find where the meat is, and then you want to inject that. And come over here to the other side. I don't want to turn everything. I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing, and I'm gonna try not to be in front of the camera. But you want to just come in here right down beside the bone and inject that. All right, now we've got some left, so we want to go ahead and shoot some more into the legs. You got to do it slow and careful, or it'll shoot out the other holes. Now, I have injectors that I use for a lot of my cooks, but for this is a perfect little injector. Don't go buy a fancy injector. Not if you're going to do a turkey every year. It's not really worth it. All right, so we're going to come back down here where we didn't go into the breast meat yet. We're going to go below that. And this is, like I said, a 15.5 pound turkey. What you want to do is just make sure that everywhere you can inject it, you do. And we can see if we can get a little bit more of this juice out of here. We'll go on the inside of this last leg. Okay. All right, so we got that done. Now, so we've got our turkey injected. What's next? What are we gonna do next? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Now we're gonna put some rub on it. And what I like to do is a little bit of McCormick, just McCormick steak rub. We don't have to put a lot on there. We're gonna put a little down in the cavity. And I'm not gonna jostle this turkey around a lot either. I don't want to disturb that rub or the injection. All right, then we're gonna put some black pepper on it. And the black pepper's not quite as thick, so. All right, so now our turkey is ready to go in the refrigerator uncovered for 24 hours. So we're gonna pat this down a little bit, and I've got my legs stuffed inside of some of the skin. The legs are gonna be up on the turkey fryer when we do it. So what we're gonna do right now is we're in a holding pattern. So I'm gonna take this as is. I'm not gonna wrap it because I want that refrigerator to dry it out. I want it to be as dry as I possibly can get it. And then tomorrow, about this same time, we're at 3:30 right now, so tomorrow about 3:30, we're gonna pull this thing out. We're gonna make sure that it's good and dry. And there is one more little thing, a trick that I learned. Let me show you. Okay, so I've got several paper towels, and what I want to do with those paper towels is shove them down into the cavity and let them draw any moisture out of the cavity that gets in there. Because we want this thing to be dry, because wet and 350-degree oil, they're not friends. So, right now we've got it. It took us, what, 10-15 minutes to get this thing prepped. We will now take it and put it in the refrigerator. I'll bring it out tomorrow afternoon after I get the oil temperature up to 350 degrees. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey y'all, just wanted to give you a heads up. This video is sponsored by ThermoPro. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the TP19HW, and let's see, get it in there where you can see it. And it's an instant read thermometer, because you want to be at least 170 degrees in the breast, and well, 165 in the breast and 170 in the thighs. But if you cook this the way I'm gonna cook it, you'll be fine. But I would recommend that you get one of these just to check it, because when you pull it out of the grease and you sitting there draining it, that's the perfect time to check it. Make sure you got the right temperature. If you don't have the right temperature, it's easy. You grab the little stand and you lower it back down very slowly into the grease till you get to the right temperature. It's easy as easy can be. And ThermoPro makes it easy for you to do. Now, there'll be a link down in the description to ThermoPro's website. And if you use coupon code DBB15, DBB15, Dennis's Backyard Barbecue 15, you will get 15% off on anything that you buy from ThermoPro. They also have like wall thermometers. It's not just for cooking, they do a lot of things. So that being said, let's get back to what we're really doing here. We're frying a turkey. Okay, y'all, so I took this out of the refrigerator this morning and just set it on the counter, and it's been sitting there for about 3-4 hours, just letting it come up to room temperature and get drained some. So now what we're going to do, because we are 30 minutes-ish before lighting the fires, so we're going to take this out of here and hold it up, dump it, and let anything else that's in there drain out. And then I'll take that little flap and we're gonna put it right there on our frying rack. Okay, now we're gonna let it sit there, and it will drain some more because we want as much drainage as we can get. So it's gonna drain some more over about the next 20 minutes, and then we're gonna light the fire. And once we get the fire lit, as soon as we get to 350-ish degrees, we're gonna start the cooking. See y'all in a minute. All right, y'all, it's time to light the fire. So I've got my wind deflectors, my homemade wind deflectors are made. And now let's light this fire off. Okay, we're gonna heat this up to 350 degrees, and then we're gonna put the turkey in. See y'all in a minute. Okay, one thing you wanna do, you wanna bring your temperature up slowly, all right? Right now we're at 200 degrees. We've been going for about 5 minutes. Once we hit 250 degrees, I'm gonna cut my heat back. Let's see if I can let you see what flame I got. Yeah, you can see a little bit of flame. You do not want to throw it wide open. Okay, you want to go very slow. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're now at 300 degrees, so we want to slow this down a little bit because we're coming up really good. And it's been about 8 minutes, and we've gone all the way from 70 degrees to 300. It's real important that you cut it back like this because 400 degrees, the oil can ignite, automatically ignite. Doesn't need an ignition source, it's just that hot. Okay, so I've cut my fire back. Now we're just I'm watching my temperature indicator. Okay, and this one's not Thermopro, it came with the cooker, but Thermopro does some. So now we're gonna ease it up. I'm gonna get it on a slow incline to about 355 degrees, and then I'm gonna put my turkey in. Because once I put the turkey in, the temperature is gonna drop. So I want it on a slow rise when I put the turkey in, and then once we get back to 350, we'll cut our gas flow back some more to reduce our temperature, and we'll hold it at 350 for, this is a 15-pound turkey, so we're gonna do it for 55 minutes. Okay, we're a little over 10 minutes in. We are at 355 degrees with a slow increase, and that's what we want. So now we're going to use our safety devices. I've got my heavy gloves, I've got my heavy duty coat hanger. Now we're going to get the turkey, and very slowly we're going to lower the turkey in. Very slowly. You'll hear it start rolling. And we've got to go slow because the oil's got to fill up the cavity, and we don't want oil coming over the top because that's going to cause us a big fire. We definitely don't want that. So I almost got it all the way down. All right, so we release it. One thing you have to watch out for is that your thermometer doesn't contact the turkey, because that'll give you an incorrect reading. Okay, so we've got that in there. Let's put our lid back on. And that dropped our temperature from 360 to 345. So we're gonna let it stabilize, get back to 350. I'm gonna cut back a little bit more on the gas, and we're gonna go that way. Now for safety, some people will, when they put the turkey in, they'll cut the gas off and just start it all over again. I've done this many times. As long as you take care and be careful, it's safe. Don't rush it. That's the thing. All right, now we let it cook. And this is what it looks like when you fry a turkey. We're a half an hour in. I'm dead on 350 degrees, and I'm just standing here. You know, if you got somebody to talk to or something to snack on, like some spring rolls or chicken wings or something like that, that's a good idea. But other than that, you can't walk away from it, because if something goes sideways and your temperature jumps up, remember what I told you earlier in the video, 400 degrees is auto ignition. Most people use peanut oil. Peanut oil is good. You can do it with Wesson oil, you know, just whatever kind of oil you want to. The difference is how many times you can cook with it. Peanut oil, you can cook with it several times. The other oils, not so much. And I know this is gonna be a long video, so I'm gonna shut up and we'll go back to cooking. Also, another important tip, leave the lid on. You can slide it up against your thermometer. But that oil is boiling and boiling. You don't want it coming up out of there, because you know, if it runs down the side of the pot, we got a big fire down here. And then you're gonna have a big fire outside the pot. You do not want a big fire outside the pot. Other pro tip, cook it outside. I'm not under anything. I'm out from under my patio cover. I'm out in the backyard. Don't cook it under anything, because if it does go sideways, now I just have a flamethrower. If it's under my patio cover or in my garage or carport or whatever, yeah, I don't just have a flamethrower, I have a house fire. So This is fun. It tastes good, but you gotta be careful. That's just an old man talking. All right, y'all. We're within 5 minutes of being done, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I'll go ahead and kill my gas bottle and let everything burn out. And it's gonna make a little loud noise here in a minute, like that. And then I'm gonna close this valve. And now we're cruising because we're at 350 degrees and we only got 5 minutes to go. So no point in wasting gas. See y'all in a minute. Okay guys, I had told y'all 50 minutes, but I've been watching this thing and I think we're gonna be about done at 45. So here's what we have to do. We gotta do safety first. So I got my gloves on. I got the fire off. We cut the fire off a minute ago. So I'm gonna set my lid down. I'm gonna grab my coat hanger. Ain't really a coat hanger. It's made for this. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm fixing to have to do something with this. My temperature indicator got in the way. So, I'm gonna set it right here, just like that. And I'm gonna let it drain for a few minutes. I've got 25 minutes before I have to serve it. So I'm gonna probably let it drain here for about 10. I want all the oil to get out of it. And cause you don't want oily chicken. So we're gonna let it drain for a little bit. And then we're gonna carve it up. Okay, one thing we do wanna do just to make sure, we're gonna use our ThermoPro TP19H. I'm gonna stick it down in here in our thighs. And thighs were 183 degrees. We need to be at 170. All right, now let's check the breast out. Where'd we go with the breast? We're at 185. Let's check this thigh over here. Oh yeah, our temps are good. Once again, we use the ThermoPro TP19H. And it tells us that we pulled it at the right time. So I'm gonna let it drain for a couple of more minutes, then we cut it up. Okay, because I do have 20 minutes before I have to have this carved up, I'm just gonna let it sit here. It's gonna be like how you'd rest a brisket or any other piece of meat. I'm just gonna let it rest here, and while it's resting, the oil's draining out of it, because I'm gonna probably have to cook one more turkey on this oil. And I've already done, this is the second one. So I'll tell you what though, man, that thing looks so pretty. I like that. I'd do that again. Okay guys, so this is it. The turkey's in the house. I have high temperature gloves on under these rubber gloves or neoprene or whatever they are. Don't do this with just regular old gloves, because you will burn the bejesus out of yourself. So now, this is our turkey. Time to cut it up. All right, y'all, audio went out, imagine that. That's how it goes, and this is a really good cook. So all I'm doing right now, I'm gonna cut the wings off, and I'm gonna get a pan to put everything in. I'm gonna cut both of the wings. I'm gonna cut the thighs. Then I'm gonna slice up the breast. Man, I had a taste while I was doing this, and man, this was good. I'll tell you what, this is about the best turkey. I did one Saturday. This is about the best turkey I've ever done. It turned out really good, all the way until my audio decided to take a dump when I was doing the video. I even tried to put some music to it, and it wanted to put music to the whole video, and I ain't figured out how to fix that yet. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna cut this video a little bit short because y'all can already see I'm cutting it up. It was really good. I'm gonna save y'all a little bit of time because I know this is a really long video. But I tell you what, if anybody can tell me what the last thing, nah, we'll save that for a different video. Anyway, until next time I see y'all at the grill, y'all keep on grilling.